Whether you have never worn hearing devices before or you are an experienced hearing aid wearer, getting new hearing aids can be very intimidating, and I'm here to make sure you are fully equipped and prepared before stepping foot into your local hearing care provider. Hello everyone, I am Michael Krogan with American Medical Hearing Centers, and in this video my main goal is to make sure you feel more comfortable and confident with the process of finding the right hearing aids for you. Whether you are getting hearing aids for the first time or upgrading from your current devices. For some people, going into your local hearing care provider can be a little intimidating because of all the unknowns, such as, what if I don't like this provider, or how much do these hearing aids cost? Are they going to be a slimy salesperson? And how will I even know if what they recommended is the right hearing aid for me? All of your concerns are appropriate and should be addressed because these concerns keep people from coming in and getting the help they need for years. And the number one misconception within our industry that I hear is, well, I can take care of this issue later. And that is not true in the slightest. There is undoubtedly a point of no return when it comes to treating hearing loss. So before going to your local hearing care provider, you need to understand that it is a possibility hearing aids just may not work for you if your hearing loss is severe enough. Now, before diving into the video, I do have a quick favor to ask, and that is if you find this video to have been helpful for your journey, to please subscribe and to hit that like button. This will help YouTube push this video out to others who may be struggling with this exact same concern. And remember, if I have left any questions unanswered for you, to please let me know what they are in the comment section below, and I promise I'll get to each and every one. Now let's get back into the video. Now, how do you go about finding the best hearing aid for you? Assuming hearing aids will work for you, first you need to find what local hearing care providers are near you. The most important thing I can recommend when searching for a place to go is that wherever you go, make sure you go somewhere independent. You will hear me say this a lot, but this is a crucial part in finding the best hearing aids for you. An independent provider is someone that works with several hearing aid manufacturers. Some places only work with one manufacturer, and while that manufacturer may make great hearing devices, you have to remember hearing aids are prescription devices. They are not a one-size-fits-all. So if you go somewhere that only works with one hearing aid manufacturer, guess what they're going to recommend? The only one they work with. So what works for me may not work for you. So make sure you go somewhere that can make their recommendations based off of your needs rather than their inventory. Next, it is important to know that wherever you go to get your professional recommendation, what they recommend may not work. They may be highly confident in their abilities to ensure your success, but sometimes we're wrong. Every hearing aid, no matter how great the features are, will process and amplify sounds around you differently. Therefore, each device will have their very own signature sound. The way each person processes sound is different, almost like a fingerprint. Hearing in of itself is utterly subjective. What you think sounds good may not be what I think sounds good. Therefore, it is impossible for us to be able to tell for certain if this hearing aid will absolutely work for you. That is why there is a mandatory statute in most states requiring a minimum of 30 days for you to be able to try the devices in several different environments before keeping them. And if those devices do not perform to expectations, you will have the ability to return those devices for your money back. Now, in some states, they do allow that practice to charge a restocking fee for returning those devices because they themselves will get charged by the manufacturer for returning them. But I highly recommend finding somewhere that does not do that. In my opinion, you should not be charged for something that didn't work, but to each their own. Now, it's always a great idea to have the return policy in writing, so please make sure you have that in writing. And understand that hearing aids are not like glasses, and I wish they were, I really do, but they're not. Do not expect to go out and put hearing aids on for the first time and expect to never say what again, because I can tell you for certain that will not happen. Hearing has everything to do with the brain, and your brain is just like any muscle. If you haven't gone to the gym in 15 years and you decide to go back today for the first time, do you really expect to lift the same weight you did 15 years ago today? Absolutely not. Your brain just went years without hearing some of these sounds, and your brain will need time to learn how to be able to process them again, even if you're an experienced hearing aid wearer. So be patient in your journey so you can give yourself the best chance at success with your new hearing aids. Now, if you've gone through an extensive trial period with your hearing care provider to no success, talk with your hearing care provider to see if they think these will be the best possible results for you, or is there potentially something better out there for you to try? This is where having an independent provider becomes your greatest asset. Depending on your provider, you should have the ability to return the devices to try their next recommendation, which will more than likely be the best option for you. Most of the time, we get our recommendations correct on the first go around, but if we don't, we have just spent a month working closely together, learning everything we need to know about your preferences and what to correct moving forward to make sure we find success. The main thing I want everyone to understand is there are no clear-cut instructions to success with getting hearing aids. But if you go into it with a positive and hopeful attitude, patience, and trust, you will set yourself up for the best possible outcome. Now, does higher level technology in the hearing devices make a difference? Or can I just go with lower level technology? Well, technology can absolutely make a big difference and will play a part in your success. Some hearing aids are made for a basic degree of hearing loss and an inactive lifestyle, while some hearing aids are made for a high degree of hearing loss with an active lifestyle. So if you are an active person with a significant degree of hearing loss, getting a hearing aid that's made specifically to improve calm situations only may not be the best option. But of course, the only time you should sacrifice level of technology is due to finances. Your budget comes first, and so I will always recommend getting the highest level of technology that fits within your budget. And from there, it is our job to make the most from it. Now, make no mistake, if it's between getting help now and waiting until your finances potentially change before getting the help you need, I will almost always recommend going with a lower level of technology, because most of the time it can take several months or even years before finances can change. And by the time you come back, you may have acquired a more difficult hearing loss to treat and possibly less potential benefit from hearing devices, which unfortunately I have seen. Now, if your situation requires maybe waiting a month or two so you can upgrade in technology due to finances, then yes, that very well could be worth it. Also, we are only obligated to recommend devices we truly believe will help. So find yourself a reputable, independent hearing care provider. Make sure you are able to fully trust them in your hearing care. And take that leap of faith with your provider with an open mind and patience. And make sure you are following your hearing care professional's instructions as best as you can. And if it doesn't work, you lose nothing and only gain experience. All right, everyone, I hope this video has been extremely helpful, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one.